We would like to thank your sponsor of the Coaches Show, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, where you can continue your education right here in Polk County. We also like to thank Mena Insurance, Go to see PT, Blanket, and all other folks for your auto, home, and life insurance needs. As well as Union Bank of Mena Hometown, baking at his best.
Good evening, everyone. We're back with another Coaches Show. I'm Jem. I'm here with Coach Bentley. How's it going, Coach?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. So I have again questions about the last week's game and this upcoming Waldron game. So first of all, how do you feel about the overall game, last week's game?
Great win. Yeah, I mean, great win. Get to 6-0, and Ozark's a really tough place to go and play, and especially win. So to go down there, get a win on their field, had to fight through some adversity on the way there, and just really proud of our football team for going out and getting that win. And that's a win that can also push you forward a little bit more. So excited to be where we are and happy for our guys for sure.
Of course, Coach. For the second one, what did we do, like the key things that we did in offense and defense to let us win?
Right. So, we had a little bit of struggle early on. We played from behind for the first time all year. And so, wasn't the first bit of adversity we faced all year, but it was the first time we've had to play from behind and find ways to win. So, for us, we have a lot of people contributing offensively for us across the board. So that's one thing offensively right now for us is that we can get the ball on any number of people's hands, and they're going to make plays. Defensively, play really, really well as a unit. We've said all year that as a defense, we can't give up a big play. Well, their touchdown, one of their big touchdowns was off of a big run. Their first touchdown, we made them earn it. We can live with those. But the touchdowns they earn off of a big play, is something that we can't afford. So by the time in the second half, we got adjusted. We had some alignment issues in the first half, too, defensively, that we got fixed up and shored up. And defense did really well in the second half, containing the quarterback and making plays there. And then, we came away in the second half with an onside kick. Special teams was big for us again. We gave up that kickoff return. That was a mistake on my end. We weren't trying to kick to him. We were trying to kick it in the end zone, didn't quite make it. But other than that, again, special teams was huge for us. We recovered Hernandez recovered his own onside kick and then kicked that 51-yard field goal, kind of set the tone for the second half. So, coming out of to where you're down pretty much the whole kind of first half of the game, and then they had that big kickoff return and getting that big momentum, and then we answer that with a kickoff return and then score on the 2-point conversion to tie it. We had all the momentum going into half, and then we carried that into the second half to win the game.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. And last one, how does it feel after like a tough away game, stay undefeated?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's something that just doesn't happen very often at very many schools. It's something special, and I think we all have to remind ourselves to appreciate the journey, and because it doesn't come around very often. I've been a coach 17 years, head coach in 9 years, and I think this is the third time a team that I've been a part of has been 6-0 or better. So, it's something that doesn't happen very often, and to be where we are and leading the conference and playing really significant football at this time of the year is super, super cool and important for our kids, and it's something that they'll always remember. It's something our community will remember too. Again, being undefeated this late in the season is really, really hard to do, no matter who you're playing, what you're doing. We played some good football teams too, so it's been a good 6-0 and something that we will remember as they get older. Our community will remember too, but we're not done. We plan to get a lot more accomplished as the weeks come.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. So, if we want to talk about this week's game against Waldron, what is your expectations about the Waldron game?
Yeah, Waldron, Mena, it's always been a rivalry. I mean, lots been made about the streak that we have against Waldron and how many years we've won. But there's been some close games in the last 5 years. When our seniors were sophomores several years ago, they had the lead at halftime on us, and we came back, and those sophomores kind of put the game on their back and got the win for us. And so now they're seniors going into it. It's similar to when we played Ozark. When those seniors were sophomores, they went to Ozark and played in a playoff game, and it did not go well for us. And then so they were excited to get to Ozark and play that game and kind of redeem themselves. And so we want that to be the same with Waldron. Waldron's got a good football team this year. They had a huge win against Ozark a few weeks back. They got good size. I think they're really well coached. They're physical. That's something that set them apart this year too. Is they're a physical football team. So we know they're going to come in here fired up and ready to play. They always are against us. They're going to come throwing their best punches, and we have to answer that. We have to set a tone for ourselves early and be consistent in everything that we're doing in all three phases.
Absolutely, Coach. So what should we do different, like considering the last game, to win this game?
Yeah, I think the start needs to be good for us. We need to come out with all cylinders firing and set the tone. In offense, defense, special teams, whatever we're doing, we got to come out and set the tone from the very beginning that we're here and we're here to win this football game. So consistency is key for us going into the game. I think that's the biggest thing. Of course, it's homecoming week for us, so we've got all kinds of distractions going on and stuff. And I'm definitely not one of those that is against homecoming. I think homecoming is great for these kids. We ask so much out of them physically, mentally, that we want to enjoy homecoming. It's fun, and they get to do a lot of different things. But it does present a few different distractions and things like that. So we have to turn our focus to Waldron and understand that you can't be 7-0, you can't be 4-0 in conference without going through Waldron first. You can't be a conference champion, without going through Waldron first. So I think consistency and understanding the importance of the game is huge.
Yeah, Coach, for the last one, you stayed on the topic. I was to ask about the homecoming week's effect on the game. So how did it affect you guys? Thank you so much. So, it's a busy week. So how did it affect the team about the motivation and stuff?
Yeah, they're definitely motivated. Because we know it's going to be a great crowd. Mena always has great crowds. Whether you win, lose, whatever, it doesn't matter. We have good crowds. But when you're really a good football team like we are this year, we're going to have an amazing crowd on Friday. And we talked about that a little bit in our practice, that you're going to come out, it's going to be homecoming. You have class reunions going on. Of course, you've got extra family members there for the homecoming court. And then you have people coming to games this year that maybe haven't in the past because they want to see the Bearcats. They're winning football games and a good football team. And so when you come out and you see the way we walk onto our field, we see that whole side. We see the home side, the fence and everything. And that should be inspiring to us. We talked about that being inspiring to us. That should be intimidating to our opponent when they come out and they see, man, Mena has a great crowd here. We don't see that very many people for a football game usually. And so we appreciate that. We know that. And, of course, like I said, homecoming's busy, right? You had the parade and the float and all that. The good thing is for us, it doesn't affect us much in our daily work because we do most of our practices in the morning. So we're here early and we go through first period in practice. So we get a lot of our football stuff done before school. We love that. We love the fact that we get to get in here and get all our practice done, before most people are waking up, and then they get to go be a kid a high school kid the rest of the day, and we'll wake up and do it next morning. So, yeah, it's definitely something that you got to be aware of. All right, you got to be focused in that and understand the challenge to overcome. But we want them to enjoy homecoming week. That's part of being a high school kid, and especially a high school football player.
Again, thank you for your comments, Coach. Don't forget to support us in the homecoming win against Waldron. Go Bearcats!
Go Bearcats!
Again, we would like to thank our sponsors of today, so University of Arkansas, Rich Mountain, Mena Insurance, and Union Bank.